Quack, 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 go Ducks! With the new Disney Plus series, The Mighty Ducks Game Changers, coming up this Friday, let's talk about the one that started it all, The Mighty Ducks. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Doyle, better known to as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a review of the 1992 sports dramedy, The Mighty Ducks, released by Disney and directed by Stephen Herrick, starring Emilio Estevez. Anyway, the first of a trilogy. And, well, I gotta tell you, I am reviewing this and the other two movies that'll be coming in the next couple days in order to promote the brand new Disney Plus series, The Mighty Ducks Game Changers, which will be premiering on Disney Plus this Friday. So, also in some countries, it was, well, in the UK it was titled Champions. It's also known as D1. The Mighty Ducks, but in some countries, the home release copies were printed with the title as The Mighty Ducks Are the Champions to avoid confusion with the title of the sequel, which was D2. So anyway, let's begin our story. Our main character is Gordon Bombay, played by Emilio Estevez. He's an arrogant but successful Minneapolis attorney. Now, we start out the film with a flashback to when he was just a kid. His dad passed away, and he was one of the main players for the big winning hockey team, the Hawks. But unfortunately, didn't get the puck into the net, and well, I think you know the rest if you've seen the movie. Well, after his 30th successful case, he celebrates by going out drinking, but is arrested for drunk driving and sentenced to 500 hours of community service by coaching the local District 5 Pee Wee hockey team. Now, here's why I mentioned in the beginning. Bombay has an unpleasant history with the sport. As a youth in 1973, he was the Hawks' star player, but struggling with the loss of his father, he missed a penalty shot in the championship game, disappointing his hyper-competitive coach, Jack Riley, played by Lane Smith, who I believe later that same year he would play Perry White on TV's Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman, if I'm not mistaken. No, wait, it was actually at the same time, because the show premiered in 92, and this came out in October 92, so he was already playing the character at the time. Forgive me. And the Hawks went on to lose in overtime, becoming one of their only championship defeats. Bombay meets the District 5 team and realizes the children have no practice facility, equipment, or ability. Oh boy, yeah, once he meets these youngsters, the fun really begins. Yeah, he meets with all these kids, Charlie, Averman, and Carp, Goldberg. Let's see. I'm trying to see here. Let's see. Jesse and Terry. Yeah. I really do enjoy these kids. They are absolutely hysterical. I love it when they give once in the start practice and Averman's like, hey, we really suck around here. Hey, we really suck. He's like, and Mommy's like, hey, I'll decide who sucks around here. And when we start hearing the 1812 overture, which of course is the Lone Ranger theme, he's like, they really suck. Oh boy, it's fun. Whew. Anyway, their first game with him at the helm is against the Hawks, and Riley is still the Hawks head coach, and despite a nearly unbroken championship streak, remains bitter about the missed penalty shot. District 5 is soundly defeated as Riley demands the Hawks run up the score, Bombay berates the team for not listening to him, and the players challenge his authority. For the next match, Bombay tries to teach his team how to dive and draw penalties, which results in yet another loss, this time to the Jets, angering the team further. Specifically, one player, Charlie Conway, that's Joshua Jackson, long before he even started on TV's Dawson's Creek, which that's where he got bigger recognition, who refused to fake an injury like Bombay instructed him to. So he visits his old mentor, Hans, played by Josh Ackland, who owns a nearby sporting goods store and was in attendance at the game against the Hawks. While there, Bombay recalls that he quit playing hockey after losing his father 4 months before the championship game, and because Riley blamed him for the loss due to the missed penalty shot. Hans encourages him to rekindle his childhood passion for the sport by skating in a frozen pond like he did when he was a kid. Realizing the error of his ways, he apologizes to Charlie and his mother at their home. Bombay approaches his boss, Gerald Ducksworth, to sponsor the team, allowing them to purchase professional grade equipment as opposed to the makeshift equipment they had, and give Bombay time to teach the players fundamentals. Renamed the Ducks after Ducksworth, who, of course, I believe they gave that character that name after Scrooge's butler on DuckTales, but I may be wrong though. Anyway, the team fights its next game against the Cardinals to a tie. They recruit 3 new players, figure skating siblings Tommy and Tammy Duncan, and slapshot specialist and enforcer Fulton Reed. The potential of Charlie catches Bombay's eye, and he takes Charlie under his wing and teaches him some of the tactics he used playing with the Hawks. Bombay learns that due to redistricting, let me try this again. Redistricting, the Hawk star player Adam Banks lives in District 5 and should be playing for the Ducks, and threatens Riley into transferring Banks to the Ducks. After overhearing an out-of-context quote about the team, most of the players walk out except for Charlie and Fulton, who form a strong friendship, resulting in a loss on forfeit to the Flames. The Ducks lose faith in Bombay and revert to their old habits except for Charlie and Fulton. Ducksworth makes a deal with Riley for the Hawks to keep Banks, which Bombay, although initially tempted, refuses on the principles of fair play, which Ducksworth berated him about when he started his community service. Left with the choice of letting his team down or being fired from his job, he takes the latter. Well, now to the final act in the ending. You know the procedure, everyone. You got 5 seconds to stop this video. Go to the description box below and fast forward to the time below to avoid the ending spoilers, okay? Now, if you've seen the movie already, and I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all have, please continue on after the 5 seconds. Thank you. Here we go. Okay, you've been warned. Bombay manages to regain his players' trust after they win a crucial match against the Huskies in order to qualify for the playoffs. And Banks, who decided to play with the Ducks rather than not play hockey at all, well, even after the Ducks kind of quacked at their principal at school, well, before this even happened, proves to be an asset, though Jesse doesn't trust him. The Ducks marched through the playoffs with wins against the Hornets and the Cardinals. Reaching the championship game against the Hawks, Riley orders his team to injure Banks to force him out of the game. In spite of this, the Ducks managed to tie late in the final period. Yes, Banks manages to get one in, so does Fulton, but, well, due to a little bit of a fight against the Hawks, but however, they managed to pull off some more moves, and even the flying V, which that was really something. Well, anyway, in spite of this, the Ducks managed to tie late in the final period, as I mentioned, and Charlie's tipped by a Hawks player, tripped, as the time expires. In precisely the same situation Bombay faced in his youth, he wants Charlie to try and finish what he started, preparing for a game-deciding penalty shot. In stark contrast to Riley, who told Bombay that if he missed, he was laying everyone down. Bombay tells him to take his best shot and that he will believe in him no matter what. Inspired, Charlie fakes out the goalie with a triple deke Bombay taught him and scores, winning the state championship. The Ducks players and their families race onto the ice in jubilation, where Bombay thanks Hans for his belief in him, and Hans tells Bombay he is proud of him. As Goran is handed and raises the championship trophy, the team all rally around him and chant Ducks repeatedly in triumphant unison. Some days later, Bombay boards a bus to a minor league tryout, secured for him by the NHL's Basil McRae of the Minnesota North Stars, who played Pee Wee hockey with him as a youth. Although daunted at the prospect of going up against younger players, he receives the same words of encouragement and advice for the Ducks he had given them, promising to return next season to defend their title. Well, and that, as I say, is end of story, my friends. So what did I think of the Mighty Ducks? Well, this was a childhood favorite of mine. I did have the VO cassette of it. I still do. It's just much more different. I have seen the actual version of it. They replaced some music with Queen's "We Are the Champions" and "We Will Rock You" in some parts, but I've seen the other version, so in its original way. But anyway, while the film kind of got a little bit of say mixed reviews and what have you. Mixed to negative response from what I've seen. But anyway, it still did okay. The film went on to make $50 million and went on to spin out two big sequels, as well as an animated series, which of course taking on a science fiction angle with actual anthropomorphic ducks. Which I've seen a little bit of that series, but not all of it though. I know the full series of that is on Disney Plus. But anyway, The Mighty Ducks is definitely a Disney classic. I liked Emilio Estevez, Joss Eklund, and Lane Smith. I liked Heidi Kling as Casey Conway, Charlie's mother. We have Joshua Jackson, Eldon Henson as Fulton. Let's see. Yeah, all these. That's what we got. And well, Lewis, played by MC Gainey, was pretty good. Bombay's chauffeur when he gets put on community services. Just a lot of these characters were pretty good. As a matter of fact, really, we had all sorts of great stars. Most of these were hit or miss. We even have Stephen Brill, who wrote the story, and he actually would go on to appear in some of Adam Sandler's movies. I know he was in The Wedding Singer, and he would also go on have a little appearance in Mr. Deeds, which he also directed. But anyway, even so, I think The Mighty Ducks is a pretty darn good movie. So would I recommend this film? Yes, I would. This is a good movie. You don't have to take my word for it, but I'm sure a lot of y'all have a lot of respect for the Mighty Ducks. This is definitely a classic. And the sequels are hit or miss. The second one's not too bad. The third one is, well, a mixed bag. But I am going to rewatch those before I review them. So anyway, you gotta check out the Mighty Ducks. I think you'll really like it. But what are your thoughts on the Mighty Ducks? Please tell me in the comment section below. If you like this video, click the like button below, subscribe to my channel as well, and be a part of the Big D Nation. And join me next time when I bring to you a review of D2, The Mighty Ducks. Thanks for watching, and if you like this, you might want to check out some of these other films. In the upper left-hand corner is my review of another great Disney sports flick, that being The Game Plan from 2007. Or, if you'd like, maybe you might want to check out some of these these others, you can check out my review of The Pacifier with Vin Diesel, another Disney movie, pretty underrated. Or if you want another great Stephen Herrick flick, go to the bottom left-hand corner and see my review of the 1989 classic Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, which of course will be Herrick's second film after he did Critters. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.